Hi, I'm Chow,
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Gordon.
and we decided to do our presentation on Thailand because we all have a connection to the country.
Thailand, Southeast Asia's second biggest economy, is classified as a newly industrialized country. This classification puts them between developed and developing nations. The majority of these newly industrialized countries have had a historical focus on agriculture, but have since moved towards the development of their industrial sector. Examples of these NICs are South Africa, Brazil, and Mexico.
Now for some brief history. Thailand's economy as of 2008 is export-focused and takes up around 60% of their GDP. In the last 2 decades, Thailand has shifted its focus from agricultural products to manufactured goods.
As of 2007, the industry of Thailand contributed to 43.9% of GDP and has shown a steady growth since 1995. Manufacturing in particular has now taken more than 34.5% of GDP.
Over the last several years, Thailand has become a favorite destination for foreign investments, surpassing many of its regional neighbors and spurring dramatic GDP growth in the vibrant Southeast nation. Thailand's FDI numbers have been growing rapidly. In the first half of 2012 alone, FDI surged 66.5% to $9.4 billion US dollars. From 2010 to 2012, accumulated FDI investments grew from 118 billion US dollars to 159 billion US dollars.
Much of the FDI is focused in the manufacturing sector, which was heavily damaged during the 2011 floods. Ford Motor Company and Intel Corporation, among many others, maintain extensive manufacturing plants in the country. Consumer consumption is also rising rapidly in Thailand. The Economic Intelligence Unit estimates that GDP per capita will surpass 10,000 US dollars per year for the first time in history.
Now, about Thailand's trade openness, the average tariff rate is about 5%, and in recent years has tried to cut about a third of the items that are on the list of things that have tariffs on them. The MFN tariff average rate has also reduced from 13% to 11%, and the transparency and simplicity of custom procedures has also been increased. Overall, though, state involvement in the economy still persists, and privatization of efforts have kind of stalled over the years.
When the baht was pegged to the US dollar, it depreciated with the US dollar. Because of this, the original fixed exchange rate regime was abolished. The Bank of Thailand introduced the effective rate, which allowed the floating rate to fluctuate in a limited range of about 4.5%. Since July of 1997, Thailand adopted the managed float exchange rate regime, stating that the value of the baht was to be determined by market forces. The regime enhanced flexibility and efficiency in monetary policy implementation. The central bank only intervenes to stabilize the currency.
So why are so many investors and companies investing in Thailand? Thailand offers a mix of low labor cost and solid public infrastructure. The World Economic Forum found that Thailand has the world's 46th best public infrastructure. Compare that to Indonesia, which is ranked 90th, and the Philippines, 113th. It is clear to see that Thailand offers substantial advantages in infrastructure compared to regional neighbors at similar levels of economic development. While other regional neighbors such as Singapore and Malaysia may offer better infrastructure and government support, labor costs are also much higher.
And 3 concluding points as to why Thailand has chosen to adopt these trade policies include: number 1, Thailand's factor endowments and climate allow for an abundance of fertile lands, which lead to high yield in crops such as rice. Number 2, due to the interests of foreign firms, Thailand does have the infrastructure in place to host multinational firms and FDI. And number 3, labor migration from neighboring countries has led to a higher minimum wage, which has increased by approximately $10 per day. Although that amount is still low compared to other areas, it is still relatively high in that region.